What you do? What do you think you would do if you sent him to therapy because you noticed some things was a little different, right? And you know your family genes a little questionable, and then you procreated with someone who also has some questionable genes, chromosomes in the family, or missing some, we don't know. And you decide to take this child to therapy, and the therapist calls you over, and your 6-year-old sitting there looking cute as a button, and the therapist like, look, one day this child is gonna take you out. What would you do? Then what would you do if the child turned 8? You feeling sick as a dog. You missing work. You never miss work. You gaining weight, but you're not eating. You're nauseous. Your baby's sick. Your husband's sick. And you come home and your 8-year-old is just sweet as pie. Hugging on you, rubbing your hair, asking you if you okay. Only for you to find out that they've been poisoning you and watching you slowly die. But there's no services for them because there's no such thing as charging a child with attempted at this time in the state. Right? So still in therapy. Now you're just not eating nothing that's left out. Baby, you got a water, a cup, you walk away from that bad thing, 2 seconds, you're not messing with it. You wondering how are they getting these ideas because you don't allow this person on the internet. They have internet at school. Their friends have phones, right? What if they steal thousands and thousands of dollars from you? Your rent money or your mortgage. And they take it to school, spend $20 of it at the school fair, the book fair, and throw the rest of the money away because they don't want to get caught. So it's just money floating around the school. And you call the school and you like, did my child bring money to school? And the principal's like, oh, that's where this money coming from. A lot of students walking around here with 20s and $100 bills and we didn't know where it came from. And when they bring your child into the office, your child admits it because they feel no shame and they don't understand consequences because although they can't be diagnosed as a psychopath, some tendencies are there. Right. And so the child is just like, I wanted a book today and my book wasn't coming until tomorrow because I had already pre-ordered his book. But he didn't want to wait. He wanted to get it that same day. What would you do? Now you are desperate and you start looking for services, but there really isn't anything that can really help. So they have different programs with therapists coming to your home and they meet 3 times a week and it's cool when they're there. But when they leave, he's still doing the same stuff and then his behavior starts to escalate. He's stealing stuff. He done took your wedding ring, child, threw it in the bushes because he didn't want to get caught with it. He's eating things that he's allergic to on purpose, putting himself in anaphylactic shock. So you have to take him to the hospital every other day. He's setting the house on fire, jumping out of 2nd-story windows. What would you do? Because there's nothing that would justify you abandoning your child and neglecting your child. What would you do if you had a conversation with Department of Human Services and you're like, hey, I need my child to go into some type of facility or something because we're not safe with him. And they threaten to take your baby and blame the reason for threatening to take your baby on if you give up one, you have to give up both, even though y'all not safe. Or they threaten to take the baby and leave the other one because they hate their jobs. And these kids get in these positions and they abuse their power. And you're so tired and sick because you had bleeding ulcers and all the things going on with you from being poisoned by random things from home and random things they're stealing from Walmart. And you don't know he's stealing from Walmart until you see it on the news. Like, you know he's running away and the police know him so well, they just bring him back home and they feel sorry for you because they be like, we know y'all doing everything you can, right? And now he's 19 and you just got some news that would change your life forever. And you don't really know how to feel about it. That's where I am right now. I don't really know how to feel about this news.